What's up, guys? Technologydude117 here, and if you guys are not already following me on Twitter, please feel free to do so. I will be posting the link to my Twitter account down in the description. Now today I am coming at you guys with my top 5 most anticipated games of 2013. 2013 is set to be a huge year for gamers everywhere. There are so many games coming out this year, I can't even begin to imagine the number of games that are coming out. There's just going to be so many games this year. Everybody's going to be really preoccupied, and everybody who's a gamer is going to be broke. That's how many games are coming out this year. Now, originally I wanted to do a top 10 most anticipated list, but it actually ended up being a lot harder than I was expecting due to, the amount of games that are coming out this year. And when I actually sat down and tried to write the list, I kept switching, the positions of games, and I kept adding more games, taking out other games. So it actually was a lot harder than I was expecting it to be. So in the end, I just, rounded it to my top 5 games of 2013. Now, before we get started with this video, guys, please keep in mind that this video is just a huge opinion of mine. So please don't comment down below and be like, why didn't you pick this game over that game, or why wasn't this game on the list? These are strictly my opinions and my opinions only. So let's get started, guys. Coming in at number 5, we have Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider looks fantastic. From the E3 demos to the Comic-Con demos to the PAX demos, from everything we've seen of Tomb Raider so far, the game looks spectacular. It's set to release March 5th, and it's being developed by Crystal Dynamics. Now, I was actually lucky enough to have some hands-on time with Tomb Raider at New York Comic Con 2012. And let me say, guys, I was very impressed. So far, the game looks like it's going to be fantastic. Graphically, the game is drop-dead gorgeous. I wouldn't say it's on the same level as, Uncharted, but it looks spectacular. And so far, Crystal Dynamics is doing a great job. Now, I also actually really liked the controls for the game. Everything felt tight, everything felt responsive, and that was a big plus. And, pretty much just that simple hunting demo that I played at New York Comic Con, that simple hunting demo got me really excited for the game, and I cannot wait to see, how the game turns out when it finally releases in March. Now, the game has been compared to Uncharted a lot, and I don't really think that's fair. They're sort of trying to do their own thing here, Crystal Dynamics. They're coming in with a strong female character, and I actually like the direction that they're taking with Tomb Raider. They're sort of making, the franchise a little more mature, a little more, I guess, action-oriented, if you will. And, they're changing Lara Croft, and it's actually, for me, it seems like it's for the better. They're making her a strong female protagonist, and, they're really changing her from that old, comical approach where she had a big butt and big boobs to, this strong female character, like I said. And that is, that's very cool to see, and I applaud Crystal Dynamics for that. So I'm very excited for Tomb Raider, guys. Now, let's check out number 4. Coming in at number 4, we have none other than Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 5 does not have a set release date, but if I did have to take a stab or a guess at it, I would say that the game's probably going to release in May, probably May 17th, because that's usually when Rockstar releases their games. Now, this game looks spectacular. From the, few teaser trailers that we've seen to the screenshots that we've seen. Grand Theft Auto 5, it's pretty much Rockstar is setting it up to probably be one of the best games of the year, if not the best game of the year. Now, I'm a big Grand Theft Auto fan. I'm a huge Rockstar fan. Love Rockstar. They've always made fantastic games. Everything they produce is fantastic, so I know Grand Theft Auto 5 is, probably going to be the best game that they've made so far. And because Rockstar's always outdoing itself, they're always trying to make their games better and better and better. And, coming off of Grand Theft Auto 4, that game had, a lot of great elements to it. And coming off of that, Rockstar is going to have to, turn the tables and make the game even better, and I have every faith in them, and that's what's really getting me excited for Grand Theft Auto 5. Not only the new location and the new characters and everything, but to see, how Rockstar will progress with the Grand Theft Auto games. Because, Grand Theft Auto 4, like I said, was spectacular, and there was so much stuff in that, but it's going to be very interesting to, see what Rockstar adds to the game, what new elements they add, the new graphics engine, all that kind of stuff. Rockstar always does a fantastic job, like I said, so I am very, very excited for Grand Theft Auto 5 when it releases in the spring. Cannot wait to get my hands on the game. And that is my number 4 game, guys, Grand Theft Auto 5. Coming in at number 3, we have Naughty Dog's The Last of Us. The Last of Us is set to release on June 1st, and the game looks spectacular. Same thing with sort of like Grand Theft Auto, you know, from the gameplay and the screenshots and everything we've seen so far, the game is shaping up to be spectacular. And just like Rockstar, you know, Naughty Dog, they always produce quality games. Everything they produce is awesome, you know, from the original Crash Bandicoot games to Jak and Daxter to Uncharted. You know, I have no doubt in my mind that The Last of Us will be fantastic. Graphically, the game looks spectacular. You know, Naughty Dog always pushes the boundaries of the PlayStation 3 to make the best looking games possible, and I know The Last of Us is probably going to be graphically the best game of the year. You know, gameplay wise, I've played Uncharted. Pretty much everybody who has a PlayStation has played Uncharted. We already know that, you know, the gunplay is very, you know, tight, very responsive, very, you know, it just feels right. It just feels good. And I have no doubt that Naughty Dog will be, you know, using the same third-person shooting mechanics in The Last of Us that they do use in Uncharted. Now, story-wise, the game looks really interesting to me. It's sort of like this apocalypse. I don't really know how to explain it, but it looks interesting, and I am very excited to get my hands on The Last of Us. Now, coming in at number 2, we have Dead Space 3. Dead Space 3 is being developed by Visceral Games, and it is set to release on February 5th. Now, I have always been a huge Dead Space fan since the first game. I've read the books, you know, I've checked out the graphic novels. I love Dead Space, but that's not the reason why it's so far up on the list. The reason why Dead Space 3 is so far up on the list is because now Visceral Games is adding a co-op mechanic to the game. So I'm very excited, and I'm a little skeptical because, you know, maybe the co-op might take away from the horror elements of the game, and that's really what it's all about. Dead Space, it's all about, you know, the frights and the scares, and it's sort of actually taken the mantle of the horror genre from Resident Evil, and, you know, it's sort of taken up that mantle, and, you know, now it's got a whole new fan base. And I really hope Visceral Games is sticking with, you know, the whole horror, the whole survival horror aspect. I don't want them to sort of take it in this new action direction. And from what we've seen so far, you know, from the demos and the gameplay trailers and stuff that I've seen on YouTube and around the web, the game is actually looking pretty scary, and it might be one of the scariest games yet. Now, a lot of people's concerns are, you know, the game, since it's, you know, co-op, since you're going to have another person with you most of the time, that might take away from, you know, the whole horror aspect. Now, I have every faith in Visceral Games. They've, you know, made the other two Dead Space games, which people love, and I think that they're going to do a fantastic job with Dead Space 3, and I think they're going to stay true to what the series is, and that's hardcore survival horror. And I definitely think that they're going to stay true to that. I really hope they don't, you know, start to lean towards the action genre, but I definitely think that Visceral Games will be doing a fantastic job with Dead Space 3, and I'm very excited to get my hands on the final product. Now, coming in at number 1, guys, drum roll please, this is the moment we've been waiting for. Coming in at number 1, we have 2K Games' BioShock Infinite. BioShock Infinite is being developed by Irrational Games, and it is set to release on March 26th. The game looks fantastic. I have been waiting for this game for years, and it's been delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed, and it's been delayed so many times, and now that the game is just a little while longer away, I am, you know, just so excited. I've been waiting for this game for the longest. I love the first Dead Space. This Dead Space 2 was okay, but it wasn't developed by Irrational Games. Irrational Games did develop the first BioShock. I think I just said Dead Space. Yeah, Irrational Games developed the first BioShock. They did not develop the second. And BioShock Infinite just looks spectacular. From the first teaser trailer of the game, I was hooked. I was sold. I cannot wait to get my hands on this game, and it is just a couple months away. Very excited for this game. I hope it lives up to the hype. I really do. You know, I'm excited to actually play the game and, you know, see what sort of new gameplay mechanics and what sort of new characters and all that kind of stuff Irrational Games adds to this BioShock universe. And I am super excited. I know I've said that a million times, but I really am super excited for BioShock Infinite. That is my number 1 most anticipated game of 2013. Now, if you guys did enjoy this video, please do not forget to comment, rate, favorite and subscribe. Share this video with your friends on Facebook and Twitter. And once again, guys, please do not forget to follow me on Twitter. Once again, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and take it easy, everybody. I'll see ya.